Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Tutorial: Integrating ChatGPT with GDevelop for your no-code game. GDevelop is a powerful no-code game engine that allows you to create games without needing extensive programming knowledge. In this tutorial, we'll explore how you can integrate ChatGPT into your GDevelop game to add dynamic conversational features. This could be useful for creating engaging NPCs, non-player characters, or interactive story elements. What you'll need: 1. GDevelop. Download and install GDevelop from Develop's official site, https://gdevelop-app.com. 2. OpenAI API key. Sign up for an API key from OpenAI if you want to use ChatGPT in your game. Step 1. Setting up GDevelop. 1. Create a new project. Open GDevelop and create a new project. 2. Choose a template. You can start with a blank project or use an existing template that fits your game concept. Step 2. Designing your game scene. 1. Add a background. Drag and drop a background image into your scene. 2. Create a character. Add a sprite for your player character and position it on the screen. 3. NPC setup. Create another sprite for your NPC and place it somewhere in the scene. Step 3. Adding events. Now, we'll set up the events that will allow players to interact with the NPC and trigger a conversation. 1. Open the Events Editor, click on the Events tab. 2. Add an event. Create a new event for when the player interacts with the NPC. Condition. Choose mouse pointer is over an object and select the NPC sprite. Add another condition for mouse left mouse button is clicked. Action. Use start a new scene or show a message to prompt the player for input. This will be replaced with the API call later. Step 4. Setting up the ChatGPT API call. To integrate ChatGPT, we'll need to set up an HTTP request to the OpenAI API. 1. Add an external event. Create an external event for handling the ChatGPT interaction. 2. Use HTTP request action. For the HTTP request, configure it as follows. URL: https://api.openai.com/v1/chat/completions. Method: post. Headers. Authorization: bearer your _API key. Replace your _API key with your actual OpenAI API key. Content type: application/JSON. Body: JSON. Model: GPT 3.5 Turbo. Messages: role: user. Content: hello, how can I help you? Max_tokens, 150. 3. Add a variable for user input. Create a text input field in your scene for players to type their messages. Step 5. Handling the response. After you make the API call, you want to handle the response from ChatGPT. 1. Add a condition to check response. Use the HTTP request action success condition. 2. Extract the response. Use the JSON action to parse the response and extract the message text. 3. Display the response. Use the show a message or set text action to display the NPC's reply to the player. Develop / pseudocode for handling the response. If HTTP request is successful, set npc_text equals JSON response choices 0 message content. Step 6. Testing your game. 1. Preview your game. Click the preview button to test your game. 2. Interact with the NPC. Click on the NPC to initiate a conversation and type your responses in the input field. Example scenario. The player approaches the NPC and clicks to talk. A message box appears asking, "What can I help you with?" The player types their question, which is sent to ChatGPT via the API. The NPC responds with a relevant answer based on the player's input. Conclusion: by following these steps, you can create an engaging game experience using GDevelop and ChatGPT. The integration allows for dynamic interactions, making your NPCs more lifelike and interactive. Experiment with different prompts and responses to create unique dialogues that enhance your game's storytelling. Additional resources: GDevelop documentation, GDevelop documentation, https://wiki.gdevelop-app.com. OpenAI API documentation, OpenAI API docs, https://platform.openai.com/docs/API-reference. Feel free to explore and expand your game further with GDevelop and ChatGPT.